The eightfold nature, all of them have come from me alone. Good? This is data giving. Nothing is concluded. Data. Information. Now what is the next data that is giving? Apare.
Apareyamitastvanyam.
Apareyamitastvanyam.
Prakritim vidhi me param.
Prakritim vidhi me param.
Jiva bhutam mahabaho.
Jiva bhutam mahabaho.
Yayedam dharyate jagat.
Yayedam dharyate jagat.
Apareyam. Yam apara. Other than these eightfold nature of mine, other than the BMI, PFT and OAT, other than them all, Prakritim vidhi me param. Please, vidhi, understand. Me prakriti, my nature. Param, the higher nature. Other than these, the lower nature is my higher nature. Param Prakriti. Other than these are my lower nature. Apara, lower. And something different from it is my higher nature. When an individual is in a bad temper and is behaving badly and the foul mouth is roaming about, could we not say that this is my lower nature of my father, but he is really, when he is nice, he is very nice, he is a higher nature. It's another nature altogether. This is my lower nature. The truth's lower state of behavior or expression, manifestation, but the higher nature is something other than these. Something other than these. What is there, Swamiji? Body, mind, intellect, yes, its organs, the ego, and the world of objects, emotions. Other than these things, what is there? And you say that my higher nature is something other than these. The subject and the object world of things and beings, something other than these is my higher nature. Now the teacher points out, Jiva Bhutam Mahabaho. That nature of my higher nature. And before the teacher gives out that higher nature, he taps him on his back. Mahabaho. Bahu, hands. Mahabaho means mighty armed soldier. And Arjuna feels, that's right. This is the only truth that you have said so far. The students are to be now and then patted. The best group that I have ever seen during these 10 camps that I have ever conducted, you people, even though I have informed you, yet you feel a little opened up. Now yes, that's another best among them. When the student is thus opened up, boom, a new idea is given. This is the old method. The child is not eating. Then the mummy says, no, but baby, and then the baby says, This is a natural method of forcing things into. So psychologically the teacher, whenever a teacher pats you on your back, beware. Something crashing is coming to you. Hey Mahabaho, mighty armed soldier, Jiva Bhutam Yayedam. This is the thing that I am talking of. My higher nature is Jiva Bhutam. It is the very nature of life. It is the factor because of which you are now alive. Minus that, you are nothing but my lower nature only. Meaning inert, insentient matter. There is, other than these, an X quantity that enlivens you, because of which you are alive and conscious of things that are happening, because of which you are a voter, because of which you are what you are, performing what you are doing now. Jiva Bhuta Mahabaho, a mighty armed soldier. Now Arjuna has already accepted I am mighty armed soldier. Most intelligent group that I have. Then you say, this is the spark of existence in you, the higher life, the very factor because of which the life is there in you. Swamiji, that is very difficult to understand. You cannot say it. You'll have to say understood. Why? Because you have been already applauded as the most intelligent, isn't it? If you say I can't understand, I am sorry, my judgment is wrong. This is the trick. And then the mind is consoled that yes, I understand. The rest, the rest of the verse is explaining more and more about it. That spark of life that kindles everything, this mysterious presence in us, the flame of existence in our bosom, this touch of consciousness in us, this presence in our heart, which enlivens the sense organs, the mind and the body, because of which we are an entity alive and dynamic at this moment. Jiva Bhuta Mahabaho. What is this? That you say that there is something. What does it do? The eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, we know what they do. The mind also serves me. The intellect certainly serves me. But what does this Bhagavan do? There is a Lord in your heart. What does he do? Ya edam. He by him dharyate jagat. This entire universe, jagat, the entire universe or world of change. Jug jug, jagati iti jagat. The Sanskrit word jagat is coming out of the jagati iti. That which constantly jug 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 turning, changing. Jagati iti. That which constantly in a state of flux. That which is conditioned in time. Not only your physical body, please. This entire Einsteinian world of time and space. He by whom this entire theater of activities called the world, a dynamic world of happenings, are all dharyate, supported. Let him go, all of them go. That because which in me, because of which, who is supported, the supporter of all my activities, physical, seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, mental, feeling, intellectual, thinking, are all supported. Just as electricity supports all the lit up bulbs, it supports the speaker, the mic, it supports all electrical equipments that are in expression. Supports doesn't mean that it is supporting. It maintains. If it is not there, there would have been no expression. It is not talking of a God above the clouds, but is right in you. He by whose presence and grace all my activities, good, bad, indifferent, don't worry, don't classify them. All these are bubbling forth from me. Whether I see the right thing or hear or smell or taste the right thing, or foul emotions I maintain or wrong thoughts I maintain, that is all depending upon the type of vasanas. That you have got the ability, physical, mental, intellectual, to express, good, bad or indifferent. It is all because of His presence. Once it is gone, the saint is no more saintly, the sinner is no more sinful. That is my higher nature. Though Krishna is using here the first person singular, carefully, don't sit back and say that, Bhagavan's upper nature and lower nature, understood. Higher nature and lower nature, what do I care? It is about you that we are talking. When you are reading it, I the higher and me the lower. The lower is changeable variable. The upper is changeless, dude. Should I get worried about it? Is not that also me? Have you seen the flag fluttering in the breeze? And the breeze is strong. It flutters. Where? In the other end it flutters, but nearer the post it is steady. There is the changeless, immutable consciousness that illumines everything. Where it is illuminating, yes, the body, the mind, the intellect and the objects, they are all fluttered. Both are divine, equally divine. The depths of the ocean, peaceful, tranquil, motionless, serene, joyous, full, and on the surface, due to the wind and breeze, there are fluctuations and dancings. Those dancings are also, the ocean knows, it is only me alone dancing. From the ocean standpoint, those dancings are only the dance with the breeze or the winds. But when I forget that I am the ocean, and I identify with one of the waves, and I say that I am Mr. Wave, and do you know what all things I have done? I started as a ripple. With $1 in my pocket, I came to New York. Now, do you know, I swallowed companies after company. And in the last 20 years, I'm a multi-millionaire. Boom, boom. Is there a man who has ever risen? Self-made man I am. Thus I become. And all these are fools. I can eat up all of them if I want. And you stand high. One ship gone, another ship gone, the price has gone down. All gone. Who cries? That wave which had the stupid vanity that I am me and all other waves are separate, that egocentric misconception of himself creates the sorrows for each wave. The wave when it is rising or when it is falling, I am the ocean. Where is the sorrow? All other waves are nothing but me in different poses. Where is the sorrow? From the ocean standpoint, there is no sorrow. But from the wave standpoint, the stupid PFT in him gives him sorrows. Must. Every wave is afraid of all other waves. Why? My security. I think they will kick me. Fear comes, insecurity comes. When insecurity comes, differences of opinion, things, tension, stress, strain. The teacher points out that both these are me. My higher nature is that touch of presence or touch of life because of which all these are supported. The lower nature is that which fluctuates at all times. This is only a creeda, a play, a sport of me, myself. I sit and shake my leg because you are a great devotee and a doctor, so you are worried about it. Why is it shaking? I tell you, it is me. I am shaking it out of a sheer joy of living. It is my pleasure. It is not a disease. It is an expression of my joy and delight in existence. This whole world has come out of the joyous laughter or infinite reality. Alas, we misunderstood. I don't know why it is moving, terrible. Oh Lord, oh Guru, can you stop it for me, please? I don't know. Why are you deluded? That is my higher nature, says the Lord. These are my lower nature. Think of it. You are sitting in meditation. How helpful is this suggestion? There afterwards the question that, oh Lord, I am getting old. Old where? My body. And what is the body? Oh, that is your lower nature only. Whose nature, lower nature? My own lower nature. My lower nature became old. So what? My lower nature is agitated. So what? I? Changeless, immutable, eternal. Think. Physical me, when I am coming in contact with other physical bodies, I may compete, commit sins. My emotion and clashing with your emotion, I may. Intellectually, I can. But when I identify with them, I become the sinner. But why should I identify with this? This is my lower nature. The whole universe in your vision becomes divinized. The ocean and the waves, the waker and the dream. The dream is also me. My own waking mind. But at that time when I am dreaming, of course I don't realize it. But when I wake up, I realize, all the dream and the dream's threat and tragedies and sorrows were all nothing but fluctuations in my mind. And who supported it? I supported my dream. The wretched dream, I supported. This is my lower nature. Continue.
एतद्योनीनि भूतानि
एतद्योनीनि भूतानि
सर्वाणीत्युपधारय
सर्वाणीत्युपधारय
अहं कृत्स्नस्य जगतः
अहं कृत्स्नस्य जगतः
प्रभवः प्रलयस्तथा
प्रभवः प्रलयस्तथा.
So then you have been told now, the lower nature and the higher nature are the same reality. No difference. It is a refraction because of which you see the plurality. I, in my true nature, is Narayana, the pure consciousness. The consciousness viewed through the BMI appears to be the distorted, ugly, stupid, bent, twisted, contorted PFD. Here you go. As you can see it in even your home. In a glass full of water, if you put your brush, don't you think? The brush inside the water, and you cry out, "You, my brush is broken, what is the matter?" As you lift it, it is straight. Put it in the water, it is straight. Will anybody thereby say that my brush is twisted or contorted? Or it is a defect that comes out of the medium through which I am looking at it. When I, the divine, when you look at it, through my body, mind and intellect, a million imperfections you will see in it. You cannot but. Jesus did that, Muhammad did like this. What are you talking? Talking of that which you saw through his body, mind and intellect and their actions. It can never be perfect. That which is seen through the trough of water, down below the water is a law of nature, that it will be crooked, bend. It is a refraction. But look at it, the essence. And that essence you can never see in the master. Unfortunately. I may see you very fat and all that. That may be the tailor made you square. Say, by padding and all that. How do I know your strength? When I shake the hand, if I dare shake the hand of an American, then I understand. Oh, terrible the fellow he is, isn't it? An American himself told me the trick of it. Next time onwards, you need not suffer. We Indians always suffer because our hands are delicate. This is meant for cultural work and not hard work. Therefore, there's, So when you come and they say, "Hi," don't give your hand up to the thumb. Never. Catch it here. This, I am told, is a trick of the politicians. Because they have to pump many hands. They get swollen hands. Therefore, they catch the finger. When you catch the finger of the other fellow, they cannot do anything. They can only just... the trick, I heard it only just now in California. No, in Pittsburgh. Now, when I shake hands with him, I know physically he is strong, isn't it? When did I know his strength of the physical body? When I contacted his physical body. How do I know that you love me or you hate me? When my mind and your mind clash each other, from my mental condition, I understand the intensity of your anger, or your hatredness, or your jealousy, or your love for me, isn't it? By looking at you, how can I say, I think he loves me? How do you know? No, his nose became spread out. His tail moved. A dog, we can say. The tail moved and therefore he is all right. The human being, from my mind alone, I can gauge your mind. If I have got poetry, I can understand the sensitivity of the poet's mind. If I have got art, I can understand the sensitivity of the artist. Similarly, from intellectual level alone, I can gauge your intellect, isn't it? How do I know you are a great scientist? When I know, with that knowledge, I can gauge you and say, splendid, good. If I don't know anything science, how will I know what a great scientist you are? You smell as bad as any other human being. It is not because of the smell, it's not because of the look, you understand? How can I know? Only from with my intellect. One surgeon can say that the other surgeon is really a good surgeon and not mere a cutter. You know that. He will understand. You and I, we won't understand. If thus. Physical strength can understand only from my standpoint, the physical body. The emotional beauty of another man can understand only from my own emotional ability. His intellect can be judged properly from my own intellectual ability in the same field. How can I understand my master's spirituality or another individual spirituality unless I also rise in my spiritual stature? Then only I can understand it. The rest is all advertisement. So many people have recognized him. So many great people are his devotees. That doesn't mean anything. It only means that he knows how to bluff. That he had done like this, he cannot. No, that cannot. The real measurement is how much you have unfolded. From that sensitive standpoint, you can understand that individual spiritual unfolding. He may have knowledge of the textbooks, that's a different thing. But his general spiritual unfoldment can be understood only when we are also unfolded within to the extent. Thus here the teacher says, this great, lower and the higher nature, first he explains, and he says, Yetad, these two together, my own higher nature and lower nature, Yoni is the womb, Bhutani sarvani upadharya. Upadharya, please intellectually come to understand, contemplate upon it and come to firmly understand that the entire world of things and beings and their behavior and moods, all these are play of both these, my higher nature expressing through my own lower nature. Carefully think of the suggestion. All beings and their behavior, everything that exists upon the surface of this globe, is a combination of this higher and the lower nature. And in this universe, fortunately or unfortunately, I am also an insignificant microscopic living creature. From the totality of the universe, the earth itself is a dot. On the earth is the 6 continents. Of that 6 continents, one is called the USA. And in that there is the north, the middle and the east and the west coast of it, the east coast. In that east coast is a place called New York. In that New York state is a Poughkeepsie. In that Poughkeepsie, one corner is a school. In that school is a particular building. In that building is a hall. In that hall, in one chair, you are sitting down. And the chair also is not full, but one end of the chair. This insignificant me also is a combination of higher and the lower nature. So in every one of you, there is essentially this higher nature also, whether you like it or not. It's a question of whether you are going to exploit it or not. It is not in Arabia alone there is gas. But in other places, number one, we don't know it is there or not. It is to be explored, discovered. And there are places like India where we have explored and discovered, but we cannot exploit it. Explore, discover, and exploit. Bring it out. In the same way, this is also in every one of you. There is nobody exception. But Swamiji, I am a sinner. Can there be? Sinner and inner and all that are the lower nature. The lower nature cannot function without the higher nature. Are you functioning? Yes, then you have got the higher nature. If you have stopped functioning, sorry, no higher nature, only lower nature. You see, all living beings are a combination of this higher and the lower. And this upadharaya, not just merely here, oh, I see. What is it? You need not see it. It is a truth. There is a sun on the sky. I see. Why do you want to see it? It is true. Similarly, it is not I see in an intellectual understanding. Avadhare, firmly get established in your own experience. Yes, there is my lower nature and the higher nature. And this I, the higher, and the lower put together. Aham Krishnasya Jagata. For this totality of the world of change, Jagata, the world of change, the world of things and beings in the realm of time, floating in the realm of time, and therefore ever changing. This entire field of change, things and beings, mind you, don't say that the minerals have not got it. All the minerals as well as the plant, animal, human, birds and the human beings, all that contains in this universe, aham krishnasya jagataha, for all, nothing exempt from it, everything inclusive. All these are prabhava pralayastadha. It is in me that they come, rise up, prabhava, are created, are manifested, and pralaya, that dissolution. All these are happening where? All the tidal waves and the smallest ripples, foam and bubble and lather, the medium wave and the roaring wave and the thundering wave and the clashing waves, all these are born in me, from me, existing in me and disappearing in me. This whole universe, the entire universe of names and forms are expressing in me, existing in me and disappearing into me. That medium or substratum, from which all these things are coming up and existing and disappearing. That substratum is the infinite essence of reality. That the seekers seek. To turn your mind's attention in that direction. All these have been given. These are all data, but the data is given in such a way that it is a trick. Because it in itself cannot be defined. So then he is trying to give you intellectual thought processes by which the attention is turned. Don't sit back merely intellectually understanding. That is your theory. If you are intellectually thinking, it is a theory. When you are intellectually understanding and emotionally feel, so that is the essence. This lower and higher are together is nothing but the divine. And that higher nature functioning through the lower, the higher lends enchantment and consciousness for the lower. It enlivens the lower. And this dynamic one thus playing through is me at this moment. And it is in this consciousness everything is rising. All thoughts and emotions are rising, existing and disappearing.
पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते